I know this path is open. After reading about a man that matches Armand's description in the middle of the paper, head down to where he was last spotted. Hopefully you'll be able to find some clues regarding his disappearance. Getting ready in a flash, you head out onto the street with a newspaper and with your journal, determined to find some evidence of where Armand could possibly be. The journalist who wrote the article mentioned a nearby bakery. It sounded familiar to you from all your previous walks about Paris. You curse yourself for having to rely on such thin evidence. There's a description of a man who might be Armand, reported being seen near a bakery, which might be the one you vaguely remember. There's no guarantee he'll ever come back here. There's barely a guarantee he was ever here at all. It's utterly maddening, and as you struggle to remember what's even motivating you right now. I must find Armand because I love him. He will rue the day he wronged me, and for that I must find him. He did kind of ghost us. The truth. All I want is the truth. Feel a rush of energy as you say this to yourself. You cannot rest until you have answers. You managed to find the bakery, but you're uncertain where to start your search. I shall go inside and question the proprietor. As you're about to step inside, you feel a tap on your shoulder. You son of a bitch! You should get off the street, he says quietly. You are still dumbstruck with shock when he leads you off the street to a nearby tavern with no other patrons. Staff look at the two of you with a mixture of confusion and indignation. The very idea of customers offends them to their core. Yet if they're sitting there for a few minutes, nobody approaches your table. You might explain why there are no other customers in here. I'm so glad to see you, he says, his eyes staring deeply into your own. I've never been so happy to see you. How dare you? What happened? What's going on? Why? Why do any of this?
Oh-ho!
I can see this turn of fortune has done nothing to dull your inquisitive nature. Armand, favor up. I came to Paris, and as you can tell by my old dwellings, I used to live very frugally. As much as I enjoy a little luxuries, my money was better spent on my other pursuits in the city. I was attending parties and needed to make inroads with powerful people, including one Viscountess Dufour. He shakes his head ruefully. I was beside myself with rage when I heard they lashed out at you to get vengeance on me. I knew that I'd anger them with my proposals, but I had no idea they'd sink to such wretched behavior. He does not. That is... We should not marry this man. In fact, he says in a low voice, I believe they're the one who sent those men to do violence upon me. Thankfully, my father's constable's insistence that I study the art of pugilism proved to be wiser. After a great struggle and several smart applications of a candelabra to their heads and shoulders, I managed to drive them both from the house. He stands proudly, with a telltale wind suggesting that he might still be recovering from some injuries. However, I have no idea when those villains would return and how many of their associates they'd bring with them. So I had to flee that very night. I know in my mind that it was a sound decision, but in my heart I regretted it ever since. I'm sorry. I've already forgiven you. I'm just glad you're alive. You can apologize all you wish, but words won't heal this. I have some things of my own I need to apologize for. Oh, I hate that last one. I don't like any of these answers. They give me a, alright, that's all well and good. What were you doing? Better one. I have no idea how eagerly I've waited to hear those words from you, he says, laughing with a sense of great relief. You've gained favor with Armand. I have so much to tell you, so much to show you. Soon you'll understand why I've done all this. You'll see what's at stake for us. Of course, right now I have to risk going to the Estates General, as I have many important things to do there. Thankfully, nobody can risk assailing me while I'm out there. They have to keep my living situation a secret due to threat of ambush, he says when he pulls out a piece of paper and begins to write on it. He hands you the paper on which he's written an address. It's a house on the western edge of the city. Don't worry, it's just as charming as the one you're living in at the moment. Armand's purpose is now available to visit on the Paris map. While I can't move back in with you, you'll at least be able to visit me where we're staying. We'll do it as soon as I can. Yeah, what do you mean where we're staying? Yes, well, you see... Armand, what the devil are you doing here? We need to... A woman asks as she walks into the tavern. Huh. Who is this? I suppose introductions are in order. Yvette, this is Johanna du Yarden. She leads the political society I've been working with. Johanna, this is Yvette Ducot, my fiancé. She managed to track me down, he says quite proudly. Your Fiancé? After all this time? I just assumed. She trails off, looking at you very carefully. Well, no matter. If somebody like you could find you, then we aren't doing a very good job of hiding. We have to go. Just when I finally found her again? Absolutely not. When we stir in the streets, more likely it is some assassin runs a blade through your ribs, Johanna replies in a soothing voice, resting her fingers on the back of his hand. You won't see her again at all if that happens. I suppose that's reasonable, he admits, running his fingers through his hair. Yvette, you know how to find me. I want to tell you more, but for right now I need to go. Don't worry, this won't last forever. The more I'm learning about this situation, the less I like it. I agree. You get to the tavern with your mind swirling with possibilities and a heavy sense of dread. You found Armand, but for now you're wondering if that was for the best.